Welcome to the presentation on discrete maths. Today let's discuss about directed graphs and the concept of graphs. So first of all, we'll begin with directed graphs and certain terminologies related to directed graphs like in decrease, out decrease, loops, isolated vertex, sink and source, and let's see some of the problems and proofs related to directed graphs. I'm Mrs. Archana Priyadashini, Assistant Professor in the Department of ISE, Canara Engineering College. Let's begin with our discussion. First of all, let's define what a directed graph is. Okay. So let's consider this picture. We have got 4 vertices respectively, and there are edges from A to B, C to A and C to D. Fine. Now, this diagram consists of 4 vertices A, B, C, D, and there are 3 edges A, B, C, D and C, A with the directions attached. So, we call them as the ordered pair, right? So, A, B is the ordered pair, C, A is the ordered pair and C, D is the ordered pair. So they have directions respectively. So this diagram, which consists of non-empty set of vertices A, B, C, D and set of directed edges represented by ordered pairs. Okay. This diagram, which consists of non-empty set of vertices A, B, C, D and set of directed edges represented by ordered pairs of vertices, namely AB, CD and CA, such a diagram is called the diagram of a directed graph. So we'll define it very clearly. A directed graph is a pair of vertex set and edge set, where V is non-empty set, that means it consists of vertices, and E is the set of ordered pairs of elements taken from set of vertex, that is taken from the vertex set. So E is the set of ordered pairs of elements taken from V, from the set V. So this is the basic definition of a directed graph, and we call these elements, that is A, B, C, D. Let's consider this graph, okay, or this diagram. We call these vertices A, B, C, D. These elements of V, they are called as the nodes or vertices or points. Okay, and the elements of E, they are called the directed edges. Which are the elements of E? They are nothing but they are the ordered pairs. So these are called as the directed edges. So the set V is called vertex set, and set E, which consists of these ordered pairs, is called as the directed edge set. So we represent a directed graph by D is equal to the ordered pair which consists of vertex set and edge set. So let's come to the next terminology. Let's say we have got an initial vertex, okay, initial vertex A, and the edges are starting from A, okay, and reaching B, and once again we can have the edges which starts from A and then ends at B. So what are these called? These are called as parallel directed edges. Why are they called parallel directed edges? Because we have got 2 directed edges which are starting from the same initial vertex and they have the same terminal vertex. Okay, so they are called as the parallel directed edges. The directed edges having the same initial vertex and has the same terminal vertex, they are called parallel directed edges. So we can also have multiple directed edges. Multiple directed edges. That means two or more directed edges, okay, which have the same initial vertex and have the same terminal vertex, something like this. So this is an example for multiple directed edges. Multiple directed edges, two or more directed edges having the same initial vertex and have the same terminal vertex. And we can also look into the concept of a directed loop. So what is this directed loop? A directed edge. A directed edge that begins and ends at the same vertex. So if I take this as an example, this is an example for a directed loop. The edge or the directed edge which begins and ends at the same vertex, it is called as a directed loop. So we have seen the concept of parallel directed edges, multiple directed edges as well as a directed loop. Okay, next coming to the terminology about isolated vertex, and we'll see what is the source and what is the sink. Okay, I'll take one example. Let me have this diagram. Vertex V1, we have got vertex V2, vertex V3, vertex V6, vertex V5, okay, and we have got another vertex V4. So consider this diagram. So when do we say that vertex is an isolated vertex? A vertex of a digraph which is neither an initial vertex nor a terminal vertex. That means there is no edge starting from that vertex or there is no edge reaching that vertex. So such a vertex of a digraph which is neither an initial vertex nor a terminal vertex of a directed edge is called as an isolated vertex. Okay, so here which is the isolated vertex? Vertex V4 is the isolated vertex. So next coming to the concept of source. So when we say that, that particular vertex is a source, so obviously it should be a non-isolated vertex, right? That means there is a vertex which happens to be initial vertex but not a terminal vertex. That means there is an edge, directed edge starting from that vertex. So that vertex is called as the source. For example, if you take this diagram, okay, which is the source and which is the sink. So we can say that vertex, there is an edge starting from the vertex V1. So V1 is the source. Likewise, do we have any other vertex wherein the edges begin from that vertex? You can observe vertex V3, there is an edge starting from vertex V3. So V1, V3 are the sources, right? What about V6? What about V6? So V6 is not a source. Why? As per the definition of source, okay, a non-isolated vertex which is not a terminal vertex. That is, we have to keep that point in mind, which is not a terminal vertex. Whereas if you just observe this diagram in this, vertex V6 is also a terminal vertex. That means there is an edge reaching that. Okay, so V6 is not a source. It is not a source. Similarly, V5 is not a source, right? So only V1 and V3 belong to the source. So in the examination, they may ask you some definitions and examples related to the definitions. Okay, the next concept is about sink. Okay, when do you call the vertex which is a sink? So a sink is a non-isolated vertex. That means there is some edge either starting or reaching or arriving at that particular vertex, but basically it is not an isolated vertex. So it is a non-isolated vertex which is not the initial vertex. Okay, that is a sink. That means there is an edge reaching that vertex, but there is no edge starting from that vertex. It is not an initial vertex. So from this diagram, can you tell me which vertex is a sink? Okay, so as per the definition, it is not an initial vertex. That means there should be an edge reaching that particular vertex only. Okay, you can observe vertex V2. There are edges reaching this vertex only, in all the three directions. So vertex V2 is the sink, right? Are there any other vertex which can be considered as a sink? Vertex V1 is not a sink. We know that it is an initial vertex, right? It is an initial vertex. We already know that V1 is the source. We already know that V3 is the source. We cannot consider it as a sink. Next, what about vertex V6? Vertex V6 is also an initial vertex. It's also terminal vertex. No. So this does not belong to any of the categories. Likewise, similarly V5. So only vertex V2 is the sink. I hope all these definitions are clear to you. Next, coming to the concept of in degrees and out degrees. Okay, in degrees and out degrees, very important. So when do you say that the vertex is it has got an outgoing degree or out degree? Or when do you say the vertex is having an incoming degree or in degree? So let's say V is the vertex in the digraph D. Okay. And the number of edges for which V is the initial vertex. The number of edges, okay, for which V is the initial vertex. That means there is an edge starting from that vertex. Okay, so this vertex initiates the edge. So that is the representation. If V is the vertex in the digraph, the number of edges for which V is the initial vertex. That means there is an edge starting from that vertex. So that is called as the out degree of V. Okay. So here let me give you an example. I have got basically these vertices, vertex V1, V2, V6. Okay. And there is an edge from V6 to V5. There is also an edge from V5 to V4. Likewise, parallel directed edges. Then we have got self loop. Maybe here it is, vertex V3, it is a self loop or a directed loop. Next here we have got again multiple or directed edges. Okay, so this is let's take this example. So here let's write what are the out degrees and in degrees. So out degrees, how are they represented by? They are represented by D plus of that vertex, or we can say it as OD of V, out degree of V. Likewise, we can represent in degree as D minus of that vertex V. Okay, or in degree of V. So this is the representation. Let's find out the in degrees and out degrees for this example. So you know the definition of out degree. So what is out degree? If V is a vertex in the digraph D, then the number of edges for which V is the initial vertex, it is called as the out degree of V. And likewise, the number of edges for which V is the terminal vertex, it is called as the in degree. Okay, and number of edges for which V is the terminal vertex. Okay, it is called as the incoming degree or in degree of V. So we have seen how to represent this in degree and out degree. and we know the definition of these two. So let's start with the finding out the in degrees and out degrees for all the vertices. So let's take an example. I'll just show you for two vertices. What is the out degree? That is d plus of v1. And what is d plus of v2? What is d minus of v1? What is d minus of v2? So d minus means in degrees, d plus means out degrees. So according to the definition, we can find out the out degrees, that is where the number of edges for which v is the initial vertex. So this is the out degree. How many edges are leaving that vertex? How many edges are leaving that vertex? There are 2 edges. So the out degree of v1 is 2. Okay, out degree of v1 is 2. Okay, next let's find out what is the out degree of v2. So in this example, you can find that the number of edges for which v is the initial vertex. Okay. So what are the, is there any edges starting from the vertex v2? So count the number of edges, that will be the out degree. Okay, there are how many edges starting from v2? You can observe that there is just one edge starting from v2. Therefore, the out degree of v2 is 1. So next, let's find out what is the in degree of v1 and v2. So in degree of v1 means it is the number of edges for which v is a terminal vertex. That means the number of edges reaching v1. How many edges are reaching v1? We find that just one edge, this edge is reaching v1. Therefore, the in degree of v1 is 1. Okay, in degree of v1 is 1. So what will be the in degree of v2? How many edges are reaching the vertex v2? So you can observe this is one edge, the second edge, and this is the third edge. Only 3 edges are reaching v2. Therefore, the in degree of v2 is 3. I hope this definition is clear to you. So we can also find out in degrees and out degrees for the remaining vertices. But for now, I'll just keep it aside. So there is a property of first theorem of digraph theory. Okay, what is this property? This property states that in every digraph D, okay, the sum of out degrees of all the vertices is equal to the sum of in degrees of all the vertices, and each of this sum must be equal to the number of edges. So each sum, that is sum of all the out degrees and the sum of all the in degrees, they both are equal, and it must be equal to the number of edges in the digraph. So each sum being equal to the number of edges in the graph, basically in the digraph T. Okay, so you can represent this, or we can start proving this property. So let's say that suppose the digraph D has got n vertices. So let me represent those vertices v1, v2, vn, and the digraph has got m edges. Okay. So let us represent R1 as the number of edges which are going out of V1. Okay, likewise R2 represents the number of edges going out of V2. Okay, the edges going out of V1 and the edges going out of V2, you can represent it by R1, R2 likewise. So we can say that the out degree of V1 is R1, is it not? Similarly, the out degree of V2 is R2. So on, for n vertices, we can write the out degree is Rn. And since every edge they terminate at some vertex, and since there are m such edges, so we can have this property R1 plus R2 plus Rn equal to the number of edges, right? So R1 represents the number of edges leaving or going out of that vertex, and finally it should terminate at one vertex, and this and it will be equal to the total number of edges in the graph. So that's why written as m. Okay, so we can write this like this. So accordingly, since we know d plus of v1 is r1, so we can resubstitute this d plus of v1, nothing but d plus of v2, that is out degree of all the vertices is equal to the number of edges. Yes, we can also write it like this, right? So is equal to r1 plus r2 plus rn, which is nothing but m. Correct? So similarly, we will find the number of edges reaching that vertex. So far we have found out the number of edges going from the vertex. We will find out what is the value of in degrees. Okay, so let S1 represents the number of edges coming into the vertex V1. So likewise S2 represents the number of edges coming into vertex V2. So it is like, it is nothing but the in degrees, that is we are representing it as d minus of V1, likewise d minus of V2, so on for n vertices. It is nothing but equal to S1 plus S2 plus Sn, okay, which is nothing but the number of edges. So what we have got is, for all these n vertices, the out degrees, okay, the out degree of each vertex is equal to the in degree of each of the vertex, which is nothing but the number of edges. And this is what we have to actually prove, the sum of the out degrees, and it is equal to the sum of in degrees, which is equal to the number of edges. We have taken it as m edges, right? So let's take a particular question. We are supposed to find the in degrees and out degrees of the vertices in the diagram. So let's say this is the vertex V1 to vertex V2. We have got another vertex V6, V5. Then there is an edge from vertex V5 to V7 and V1 to V7. Okay, likewise from V5 to V4, from V4 to V7. We have an edge from V3 to V7, V3 to V4. Okay, and there is a loop that starts from V2 to V3, not loop, it is directed edges. Okay, multiple edges like that. So this is the graph and these are the edges for the digraph. They have asked you to find out the number of in degrees, or find the in degrees and out degrees of the vertices. So the graph has got how many vertices? The graph has got 7 vertices, right? And how many edges? How many edges? If we just take 1, 2. So there are 12 directed edges in the graph, right? There are 12 directed edges in the graph. So the out degree and in degree, we are representing it separately. So I'll just mention a table. We have got how many vertices? We have got 7 vertices, and the out degree and in degrees are with respect to this table. Okay. So what is the out degree of vertex V1? We can observe that how many edges are leaving the vertex V1. There are how many edges? 4 edges, right? This is the edge, this is the edge, and this is the edge. So the out degree of V1 is 4. Out degree of V2, you can observe. What is the out degree of V2? 2, right? What is the out degree of V3? Again 2, right? What is the out degree of V4? How many edges are leaving that vertex? What is the out degree? Just one edge, right? What is the out degree of V5? 1, 2 and 3, right? So I'll write this. What is the out degree of V6? How many edges are leaving that vertex V6? There is no edge leaving that vertex. So out degree of vertex V6 is 0. Out degree of vertex V7, all edges are coming up to V7. So out degree is also 0. Okay, let's complete the in degree for the vertices. In degree of V1 is, how many edges are reaching that vertex? No edges are reaching that vertex V1. How many edges are reaching vertex V2? Just one edge, right? Okay, how many edges are reaching vertex V3? We have got 2 edges. How many edges are reaching vertex V4? This is the one edge. This is one edge. Again 2. So how many edges are reaching vertex V5? This is one edge. Right? Do we have any others? No. So how many edges are reaching vertex V6? 2. Right? So what is the in degree of V7? 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 edges are reaching vertex V7. So we have completed with the out degree and in degree of the vertices, right? So we can also tally the result. What is the sum of all these out degrees? 12, right? What is the sum of all these in degrees? 12, right? So therefore, for all the vertices, if I take from n vertices, so there are 7 here. For I is equal to 1 to 7, d plus, that is the number of summation of all the out degrees, okay, is equal to the summation of all the in degrees, okay, which is nothing but the sum. So this tallies. So I have calculated. We have found out that the sum is 12. The sum of all the in degrees is also 12. And we also know that the number of edges is 12. So this result is proved. Okay. The next question is, let D be the digraph with odd number of vertices. Okay. They have told you that there is a digraph with odd number of vertices. And if each vertex of D has odd out degree, prove that D has odd number of vertices with odd in degrees. Okay, this is the question. So now let's start proving this result. So given D is a digraph with odd number of vertices, and if each vertex D has odd out degree, prove that D has odd number of vertices with odd in degree. Okay, this is the question. So this is the question. They have asked you to prove that there are odd number of vertices with odd in degrees. So let's start with the solution. Let's assume that there are n vertices, V1, V2 up till Vn. These are n vertices in the digraph D. Fine. Next, where this n is odd. Okay, where n is odd. Now let's assume that there are m number of edges in the digraph D. Okay. So we know that the sum of all the out degrees of all the vertices is nothing but the number of edges. So there are n vertices. So this value is equal to m. Let's take this as equation 1. Next, we also know that the sum of all the in degrees of all the vertices is nothing but the number of edges. So let's mark this as equation 2. Fine. Okay. So if each vertex has odd out degree, okay, they have told you that each vertex has got odd out degree. So what is the inference? If each of the vertex has odd out degree, that means if you take this as 1 plus 3 plus 5, okay, each vertex has got odd or degree, what will be the left hand side? Is it the sum of all the n odd numbers? Yes, right? So if each vertex has odd degree, then the left hand side, this left hand side is the sum of all the n odd numbers, right? So since all this n is odd, okay, so since this n is odd, so the sum also must be odd, right? So for example, the number of vertices are 3. So the value of each one of them is odd as per the question. Each vertex has got odd out degree and the number of vertices is odd, right? Number of vertices is odd. So they have given this odd number of vertices. So what is the sum? Sum is also odd. That is what we have proved, right? So m is also odd. So we can write that in sentence. If each vertex has got odd out degree, okay, as per the question, okay, in the question they have given each vertex has got odd out degree. Then the left hand side is the sum of odd n numbers, right? N odd numbers. And since n is also given to be odd in the question, they have given there are odd number of vertices. What will be the sum? Sum also must be odd, right? This is an example which I have taken, correct? So let k be the number of vertices, okay? Let k be the number of vertices with odd in degrees. So we are assuming that there are k vertices with odd in degrees, okay? Odd in degrees. Now, how we can prove this, that D has odd number of vertices with odd in degrees? How we can prove this result? We already know that the sum of all the odd degrees is odd, right? There are odd number of edges, right? So what we will prove further is, we are taking that there are odd in degrees. So let k be the number of vertices with odd in degrees. So out of n vertices, remaining n minus k number of vertices will have got even in degrees, right? Even in degrees, correct? So we can represent this as in degree is represented by d minus, okay, d minus of vi, and where I is nothing but, so this represents the number of vertices with odd in degrees. So this is our assumption first. Next, so remaining n minus k vertices, that is we can take the vertex from k plus 1 up till n, remaining this in degrees are even in degrees, right? So only k vertices are having odd in degrees, remaining n minus k vertices are having even in degrees, right? And this sum is equal to the number of edges. So we are taking V1 to Vk with the vertices with odd in degree, and Vk plus 1, we taking V1 to Vk as the vertices with odd in degree, and Vk plus 1, Vk plus 2 up till n as the vertices with even in degree. So this sum is equal to the number of edges. So now the second sum on the left hand side, this one, is even, right? So if the first sum is odd, next sum is even, what should be the value? What should be m? M must be odd, right? So we have proved that each of these in degrees are odd, right? Each of these in degrees are odd. Therefore the number of terms in the left hand side, number of terms in the left hand side of this, right, must be odd. That we know, right? If this sum has to be odd, number of terms must also be odd. That is what we have to prove. The number of vertices must be odd and with the odd in degrees. So this is what we have proved. We know this, we have got this idea, and we have proved this result. Okay. So since the sum of all the in degrees are odd, the number of terms in the left hand side of this equation. So I have marked it as equation 4. Number of terms in this portion must be odd. That is, we have proved k is odd. So this proves the result.